Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for the 26th of June, and starting with the DAX here, just on the hourly chart. We're looking at this as wave 1 and 2 here, then up for wave 1 and back for wave 2 here. But I think I need to change this count. So if this little box area here, which is the 50 and the 61.8%, if that's breached at this point here, well, let's say that the lower end of this box becomes the resistance at this point, then we're going to be looking at this coming further down. So I really wanted to sort of look at this and line it up with the US markets a bit. So I'll just start with the daily chart. So I changed it around a little bit to look a bit like this here. So having wave 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave here, the fourth wave here, and up for 1 here and back for 2 here. So pulling back 61.8% and then going up for wave 3 here. So on the this is also the same as the UK market a little bit. The only problem with this particular count here is wave 3 here is a little bit squashy, but it is a really nice simple wave 2, and it is a nice sideways wave 4 here, and a news-driven US situation here. So yeah, I think that if this lower end of this box here becomes the resistance, then we need to look at it as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down to the 12,000 or a tad lower than that, but certainly into this support area through here. Yeah, so just on the hourly chart coming back here, that would bring this market down to this area through here. Yeah, and then we would need to look at this here a little bit differently. So, I mean, in the meantime, if this count here is correct, then we can go long above this high here, okay? But otherwise, we'll see this continue to move lower. There can be a little move here and a little move here just to come down here, and then an A and a B and a C wave here, and then down for this move through here. So yeah, let's just see how this goes here. We don't have a short trade in on this at the moment. Yeah, so the FTSE is also the same as well. So when we look at the FTSE here, just on the daily chart here, from the low here of the medium level 6,500 on the daily chart here, looking at 1 and 2, and then 5 waves up for the third, A, B, and C for the fourth here, and then moving up from that point there. So looking at this as wave 1 up here and pulling back for wave 2, and then up for wave 3. This would be in line with the US market. So I'm kind of okay with that. So let's just have a little look at what you can watch the US video, of course, to see where we are with that. So, I mean, we'd already been talking about this with the UK market last time we spoke. So it's nothing completely new here. So we can expect this to drop further here into the 7.3 or even a little bit lower here. So in this case, we don't have a squashy wave 3 here. It's quite moving up quite nicely. Once again here, to go long in any of this here, we would certainly need to buy into new highs here rather than buying on lows here. So we are currently, we've been long moving up through this trend. We've done okay here, could have done better, but the short side is we've been short here. We can move the tops, stop down on the tops, and I was looking at it like this here. I know I've got 5 waves here, so I was looking at this as an A and a B and a C here with the B wave, and down for the C wave for wave A here, and then an A wave here, 3 waves for B and 5 waves for C to make B here. If that is the case, then we'll be coming down in 5 waves into this space here. So we could also, let me just grab that little green one there, put that one back on 7.4. So look, once this low here comes into play, and I can see here that we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, so it still needs to drop a little bit. But once it drops here and then moves back up here, we could do the simple be better in terms of a little A and little B and little C wave here. We could go that way with it, makes it a little bit easier. But whatever you do, we still need that low to be in place here as such. Okay, so this just hasn't finished its 5-wave structure to the downside here just yet. This would also be the same for the French market as well. So looking at all of wave 3 up here, and then looking at this as wave 1 up here, so looking for an A and a B and a C here, and then moving up into wave 3 here. So looking at this here, drilling in on the 4-hour and the 1-hour and so on, so it'll look a little bit like this here. This wave 3 is a little bit squashy here, but the formation of it's still intact here, just an extension in the 5th wave here for this. So it's just been pulled around by the US markets, that's all. But I think this counts okay, you know. On the 1-hour chart here, we haven't been short here yet, but we can now. So in a nutshell, this 5,500, you want that as the retested resistance. So market come down, bounce back up, which it has done. It's got to come through, come back up for the retest, then that's your catalyst here, that particular low here. If that's up in 3 waves here, which it should be, and it should also be on lower volume too, if you want to look at the futures market, then that would be the trigger for the downside at that point. So just refining that little bit there. So that could still come lower through here and come back up and test it and then drop down here. But in this case too, we can also bring this stop down to this level here, just above that. Don't put stops on whole numbers, you know, like don't put them on 10, 20 and 30 and so on. Okay, in Italy. So I'm looking at Italy in the same way as well now. So just the 4-hour chart here. So looking at all of this as wave 1 up here, an A and a B and a C back for wave 2 here. And this will be the 50-60% retracement level here. That should be at 10.5 in there, roughly, a bit better. So yeah, this should drop a little bit quicker here. I'm not the wave in these type of corrections, from wave 1 to wave 2, it should be a what they call a 5-3-5 structure. That's what it should be. So this can be wave 1 and 2 here, and this can just be the 3rd wave here, which has still got more to go. So we're in this 3rd wave here, so we still need the 4th, 5. And so this market's lagging a little bit in this, but the markets can lag, then they can catch up. So just need to be mindful of that. Yeah, I don't know if the 1-hour chart. I mean, we were long in this market, but we've been stopped out. So I was looking at it like this, just the same sort of picture here, the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 for the A wave, and an A, B and C here for the B wave here. So this will be an A and a B and a C wave popping up into here, and then dropping from that point. So drawing a line across here is fine. But if we get the 5 waves here, then you can short in the 61.8% retracement level area through here. You don't need to wait for all the way down here in that particular case. But those 5 waves here, they're telling me that after a correction, we'll get another 5 at that minimum here. The wave A is normally sharper, so market's moving up. So the wave A is normally sharper than the wave C, so wave B and wave C, a little bit like that's sort of what we're looking at here. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in and thanks for the support. Cheers.